Our 10-year-old son, the youngest of four, has two problems that we're having difficulty getting him to overcome. Problem number one, he has a hard time accomplishing tasks on his own without guidance from us. Whether it's a new chore at home that he's been given and is not part of his daily routine, or a school assignment that requires him to work independently to accomplish his goal. Without input from us, he doesn't think the process through of what he needs to do and gets very frustrated. Number two, he has a problem with lying. If he doesn't do something that he's supposed to do, he will try to lie his way out of it. It seems like we've tried everything to get him to tell the truth in all matters, but nothing seems to hold. A 10-year-old. In general, how do you get children to do projects? You say to a child, clean up your room. You're wasting your time. No child knows how to clean up a room. You go into the room with the child and you clean up. You do it 10 times, the 11th time you slip out. And the child will finish the job. You never send a child on a mission. You take children on a mission. So to expect a child to do things on their own without guidance from us, a 10-year-old, it's perfectly okay for a 10-year-old to function with guidance. What's wrong with that? He's not too old, and he's not necessarily capable of orienting himself like cleaning up a room. I remember trying to clean up a room. I couldn't. I don't know where to begin. I move this here, the room is still messy. I move it there, it's still messy. To clean up a room, you have to have a vision. You have to see how the room can look and where things would go. Help a child do that. Don't expect a 10-year-old to know. So if you've done it with him a few times, then he should be able to do it without your being there. But to simply give him a chore, like in the Israeli army, you never say, go ahead. You say, follow me. Follow me until you know how to do it without me, and then I'll go on to something else. So it's okay to help a 10-year-old with his chores. Second problem is lying. If he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, he will try to lie his way out. What else should he do? That's what I would do. If you know you're guilty and you're caught, of course you lie your way out. Unless you're not afraid to admit that you were wrong. If you're not afraid to admit you were wrong, then you don't have to lie. But if you're terrified, you're going to protect yourself by lying. So the two questions might be related. If you're expected to be able to do things that you can't do, and when you don't do them, you are a failure, you don't have the courage to say, I failed. Because failure is not acceptable. And so you lie. The other thing is, we've tried everything to get him to tell the truth in all matters, but nothing seems to hold. He's a 10-year-old. Nothing seems to hold. It's a little premature to say that. Which is another thing. In teaching morality, don't expect immediate results. You want the child to tell the truth in all matters. Do you realize what you're asking? You're asking the child to develop a personality that can't lie. You expect that to happen in a month? Because you said it 10 times? Say it 100 times. Say it 1,000 times. Don't get impatient. You're developing a person here. Don't expect it to happen because you said so. So what does it mean it doesn't hold? He tried to be honest. He didn't lie for a while, and then he lied again. So that's how a person grows. Moshe Rabbeinu was very patient. 40 years he kept telling us the same commandments. He didn't give up. That's how you teach morality. And when they see you're not giving up, they know that what you're telling them is true.